Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to my lowest calorie kitchen. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the next episode in the pastry cream saga? Are you guys ready for these fluffy, creamy, delicious, anabolic cream puffs? Well, if you are, then stick around, man, because you don't want to miss out on this one. If you are new to this channel, my name is Alex. I provide anabolic recipes, I review anabolic recipes, and I provide overall fitness related content so you can stay on track with your fitness goals, whether they are to build muscle, lose fat, or both at the same time, it doesn't matter. These recipes are delicious, low in calories, high in protein, and you'll be able to stay on track, man. You won't go binging on some high calorie dense food. Here we go, anabolic cream puffs, coming your way. So, if you don't like cream puffs, then don't let the door hit you on the way out. But if you do, then let's dive right into the needed ingredients. So I laid out everything we're gonna need right here. It's just a handful of ingredients. It's a really simple recipe, even though the end result may look complicated, but it's not, guys. It's really simple to make. So we're gonna need some white flour, a bit of skimmed milk, some plain ass tap water, one whole egg, and we need to add some fat in this one, guys. And we need to add fat, but we don't need to add moisture. The best way to do that is using plain old vegetable oil. Use any type of vegetable oil you grew up with, man. That will taste the best for you. I grew up with sunflower oil. That's what I'll be using because that tastes best to me. If you grew up with olive oil, then use olive oil. If you grew up with palm oil, canola oil, sesame seed oil, whatever oil, use that one instead. Use whatever tastes good to you. We just need the fat from the oil. The taste is up to you. And last but not least, a pinch of salt. We're gonna need a non-stick saucepan, an electric whisk, or a hand mixer. A hand mixer will do just fine, but I prefer the electric whisk. And a piping bag. That's it, guys. That's all that you need. Oh, of course, there's one more thing. You need that pastry cream, man. Of course, the cream puffs. You need pastry cream. Watch my pastry cream video, make that recipe. One portion will do for this recipe, so make the pastry cream and let it cool down for at least 2 hours. Mine is already in the fridge, so I'm not gonna show you how to make the pastry cream again. Watch that video. Moving on. Let's assemble the ingredients. And just as optional ingredients, I forgot to mention, you can add some 0-calorie sweetener, some vanilla extract, and some butter extract, just to add a little bit of extra flavor to the cream puffs. But this is completely optional, you don't need to do this, it's based on your preference. We'll be using our food scale, of course, because we're not eyeballing stuff on this channel. We always measure everything out. Start by preheating your oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit or 220 degrees Celsius. It's a high temperature, and make sure that oven is preheated properly for this one because we need high heat in order to get these puffs to rise. We'll be adding the first part of our ingredients directly to the saucepan. We're starting with the weight ingredients for this one, and that is 30 grams of skimmed milk. You can substitute it for almond milk, cashew milk, whatever milk. 30 grams. Then we'll be adding 30 grams of plain water and just 5 grams of your favorite vegetable oil. As an optional step, I'll just be adding 3 grams of sweetener, 1 gram of vanilla extract, and 1 gram of butter extract. But again, these are just optional, it's just for a bit of extra taste for the cream puffs. The taste will be mostly given by the pastry cream itself. Now we'll set this aside, and in a separate bowl, we're gonna be weighing out 45 grams of regular white flour. Now let's move on to the stove. We'll just be using medium heat, just getting this to a mild simmer. And once this is simmering, we're gonna reduce the heat and add our flour all at once. And stir until it forms this sticky dough ball. Keep working it on the side of the pan and cook this for another 60 seconds. Okay, that is perfect. This is the result you should expect. It doesn't stick to the sides of the pan. Now we should let this cool because we'll be adding the egg to it and we don't want the heat from it to cook our egg ahead of time. So let it cool. So our dough ball has cooled down. You can add it to this cup. And I'm gonna be weighing out the egg because this is really important. If you have a large egg, then you can settle with one large egg. If not, if you have medium-sized eggs like this one, you will need to compensate with a bit of egg whites. We need to get this a smooth consistency so we can pipe it into the tray. So we'll be adding one egg. That's 52 grams. And we'll be using our electric whisk to mix it up. At first, it will not want to mix because this will be flying everywhere. But we need to get this creamy and smooth. So we added 52 grams of the egg. But if we need a bit more of the moisture, we'll be compensating with some egg whites. Okay, so this consistency is a bit dry, as you can see. So I will be compensating with some egg whites. So let's see how much we can get in there to get this smooth. I'm just gonna be adding 10 grams at a time. We don't wanna go too high on the egg whites. 10. Now we'll be mixing again and see how the consistency turns out. Okay, so this is the consistency we want. This seems to be proper. So in the end, we ended up with one egg of 52 grams and compensate with 10 grams of egg whites. So weigh your egg out and make sure you get like 60-62 grams. Otherwise, you too will need to compensate with egg whites. Okay, I've lined up this tray with some parchment paper. I've added all of our dough into this piping bag. And now it's time to make our cream puffs. We're just gonna be piping tiny bite-sized cream puffs under 2 inches wide. And it's one of those rare cases when something under 2 inches can be really satisfying.
That's what she said.
And if you have some of the tips, like this one, left over from piping, you need to wet your fingers and level these out because this can become a problem. They will burn out and ruin the overall aesthetics. So make sure you level out any tips. There we go. Now it's time to add this to the oven for 10 minutes on high heat, and then after 10 minutes we're gonna reduce the heat in half and let them cook for another 10 minutes. So 20 minutes total, 10 minutes high, 10 minutes low heat. Okay, so our puffs have puffed up nicely. It's time to take these out of the oven and let them cool off for a bit. So this is how they look like when they're done. Now it's time to fill these babies up with some delicious pastry cream. But first, we'll need to make a small hole in the back of these. I'm just using a wooden skew to gently make a hole where we can pipe our pastry cream through. Be gentle with this one. You don't want to be impaling these all the way through. You just want to get through this bottom. I have my pastry cream right here, and instead of using the big pipe, I'm gonna be using this tool, which is a smaller one I can handle with one hand, because I will need to hold on to the puff with one hand and then insert the cream with the other. The big pipe needs 2 hands to be handled, so this is the better option. Let's just fill this out with our cream. And we can begin the filling process. Filling this out through the hole we just made. And you need to feel this in your hand because it will expand. Once you add a lot of cream to it, you will feel it breaking apart. These are really fragile at this point. So you need to feel it when it expands and you need to stop at that moment. As you can see, it's already seeping out. That means this baby is full. So one down. And we'll be repeating this step until each and every one of these is filled up with our delicious cream. That's how you know it is full, when you wipe it and it's still seeping out. For decoration, I just sifted a bit of powdered sweetener on top, and now I'm just gonna give them a light coating of a sugar-free chocolate syrup. This is entirely optional, it's just for design only, so I won't be adding it to our calories and macros. This is just for looks. And here you are guys with my favorite part of the video, the taste test. Look what we have here. Look how awesome these look. Those look really great, man. So let's see, what are we looking at macro-wise? For this entire batch, all of these cream puffs, we have only 510 calories, 48 grams of protein, 48 grams of carbs, and 14 grams of fat. I say we have a win, both in volume and in calories and macros. And these look absolutely amazing, guys. This is the recipe I actually created the pastry cream in the first place. Whenever I think of pastry cream, I think of cream puffs, eclair, choux pastry in general. So I can't wait to taste these and let you guys know on a scale of 1 to 10 how they compare. And you know I have to compare this to the original, right? You cannot have an anabolic recipe and rate it without having the original full sugar, full fat, full calories, original recipe of cream puffs. So how many cream puffs can you eat for the same calories? That's how many. Calories, macros, volume, major win. Look at the volume comparison there, man. That's just crazy. Original cream puffs are so high in calories, and I just can't understand why they pack so much fat into these cream puff shells. It's not the cream itself. There's a lot of fat in the dough. I'm not sure why there's such an immense amount of fat, because it's really not needed. It's basically the same dough here, only with less fat and without all the sugar. So let's see. Let's make our direct comparison. We'll start with the real deal first. I bought this from a pastry shop that is close by. So let's see how my anabolic pastry cream puffs compare to the real store-bought cream puffs. This is what you can expect from a pastry shop cream puff. It's a bit too spongy for my taste. Cream puffs, for me, I need them a bit crunchy, but the taste is there. This is a 9 on 10. There's not really too much cream in these. I think they cut back on some of the cream. Maybe it's cheaper to make that way. But anyway, a 9 on 10. Let's see how my cream puffs compare to the store-bought pastry shop cream puffs. I can already feel this is heavier and it's packed full of cream. Check that out. That alone, this comparison alone is all you need, man. Look at the amount of cream there and the amount of cream here. But let's see how it tastes. My god, man. You guys, the anabolic version is better than the original store-bought pastry shop-bought cream puffs. This is a 9 on 10. I give this a 9.5 out of 10. So lower in calories, higher in volume, higher in protein, and it tastes better. If that's not a win, then I don't know what is. Going in for seconds here. The cream is just pouring out of these. You guys, you gotta try this out. You gotta try this, man. These are the definition of creaminess. If you like creamy pastry, definitely try these cream puffs, man. They're worth it. They're so worth it. These are just amazing. And the cream inside of these, I mean, that's crazy. This does not feel like an anabolic recipe at all. If you're eating this, you will actually feel like cheating on your diet. This is a cheat right here, a low calorie cheat. And they're the perfect bite size. You can just pop one in your mouth directly and enjoy all of the creamy deliciousness. These are awesome, guys. Try them out. I won't ramble any further. They speak for themselves. So if you enjoyed this type of content, please hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss out on any future anabolic recipes I put out on my channel. Let me know in the comment section below if you made these, if they turned out as awesome as they did for me, and I'm sure they will. And until next time, always remember, you can do it. Everyone can, no exceptions.